Right now on News 3, a warning as scammers try to cash in on the tragedy in Sun Prairie.
With the primaries less than a month away, we'll share new poll numbers in the race for governor and U.S. Senate.
And later, a month of uncertainty why it's taking so long to fix a water main break that damaged a local nonprofit.
This is News 3 at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. In the wake of the Sun Prairie explosion, the Salvation Army is warning people about scams around the area, targeting people who just want to help.
Scams can become more common after a tragedy like the one in Sun Prairie. Jamie Perez is in Sun Prairie tonight with details on the latest scam. Jamie?
Yeah, guys, you know, when horrible situations like the scene that you see behind me happen, unfortunately, scams can become more and more prevalent. Now, I did speak to the Salvation Army today that spoke recently of one scam that they believe is likely linked to the efforts and the money being raised for the Sun Prairie community.
Hi.
Ward Hardin loves his job.
Yeah, you too now.
Being part of a greater cause gives him purpose.
Yes, I'm proud to work for him.
A prideful job as a bell ringer for the Salvation Army.
You get a good feeling doing this, at least I do. I think a lot of other people do also.
He's right.
Oh, thank you.
Steve Heck is also a proud member of the Salvation Army, but because of something brought to light in this neighborhood, it makes people like Ward and Steve go quiet.
Two young ladies had come by and, asked them to make donations they were collecting for the Salvation Army. And I guess when they first approached the husband, he said, no, I don't think they do it that way. And so they left and then evidently came back when he was gone, and the wife gave him some money.
Money that will never actually go towards the Salvation Army. The suspects are described as two African-American women, seemingly in their 20s, who were going door to door asking for donations in a scam effort.
The community, that they trust us to do the right things with the money. And we have a great reputation here, and it upsets me that somebody's out there taking advantage of that for their own gain.
Now, they don't know for sure, but they do think the scammers were telling residents the money would go towards the recent explosion relief efforts in Sun Prairie.
And if they need help and you're watching the show, call us and we'll help you. You know, that's what we're here for. But don't take money away from others and families and homeless kids that need it.
An action that makes people who love doing what they're doing, like Steve.
Somebody's stealing from that. And, it just makes it's disheartening.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
And Ward.
You get a good feeling working this job.
Feel like their efforts and rings
Hey, thank you.
are misinterpreted.
These people thought they were helping us and helping other people. And so now they're going to question when somebody comes around from another charity or whatever is looking for support, does it really go to them?
And if you have any information on who these suspected scammers might be, you are asked to contact the police. Hopefully that information can help stop scams like this from happening in the future.
Jamie Perez near the explosion site tonight. Jamie, thank you.
A brief scare today in Sun Prairie after a contractor hit another gas line. This was this morning. A We Energy spokeswoman said the company was notified before 8:30 this morning that a contractor hit a line. This was in the 400 block of Batinger Court. They say the gas was shut off about 15 minutes later. The spokeswoman says the situation is under control. As for the situation downtown, today the Sun Prairie Police Department gave us a brief update. They say it's still a very active and involved death investigation. The department says it's still days away from releasing the scene over to non-law enforcement groups to clean things up and rebuild. Right now, there is not a timetable of when they'll be in position to determine if any criminal charges will be filed.
We'd like to take a moment to express our gratitude to those who contributed to our day-long telethon yesterday to keep Sun Prairie strong. Thanks to your help, more than $163,000 was raised, and it will all stay in the Sun Prairie community. All of the money went directly to the Bank of Sun Prairie's Disaster Relief Fund. The president of the bank is partly shocked, but says he knew the community would come together because that's just what Sun Prairie is all about.
We really felt this is going to be a huge opportunity for the community. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, gosh, if we could just raise 50 or 75,000, that's just going to be a huge win. And here we are talking about $163,000, just amazing.
Funds will go directly to the victims and to two organizations, the area's resource center called Sunshine Place and the Emergency Food Pantry. Through those nonprofits, the money will pay for first month's rent and security deposits for displaced families. clothes and children's beds, then food and dignity items like soap and shampoo.
The Culvers in Sun Prairie is also donating more than $20,000 to the Barr and Welch families. They had a special benefit yesterday for the victims. 50% of sales all day yesterday went to those families. Another fundraiser that was going on today in Sun Prairie, this time at the Marcus Palace Cinema, all day, all the way to midnight tonight. Movie ticket prices were dropped to $5, and when you buy popcorn, half of those proceeds would go to the Sun Prairie relief effort. Popcorn isn't your thing, but you still wanted to donate. There are donation boxes scattered throughout the movie theater.
There are also several other fundraisers happening right now all around the area. To check them out, we have them posted on our website, channel3000.com. And let's turn it over to weather now. A beautiful night, perfect for concerts on the square.
Now, things will be changing a bit in the not-so-distant future. Meteorologist Lori Mercurio joining us tonight, our first alert forecast. Hi, Lori.
Hi, guys. Yep, a little bit of a change here the next couple of days. We do have rain in the forecast. We could use it, though, so a nice change heading this way. Today, we had high pressure in place, so starting out with clear blue skies, we had those fair weather cumulus develop very quickly, and those continued into the afternoon. A bit thicker cloud cover by late day, and that'll be the trend the next couple of days. Highs across the state were generally in the low 80s today for most of the region. A couple of warmer spots at 85 in La Crosse and 87 in Des Moines. Current temperatures are in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. It's 68 in the Dells, 70 degrees in Mineral Point, and 68 in Janesville right now. We'll see temperatures drop to around 60 degrees during the overnight hours and then climb into the lower 70s at 10 a.m. Overnight, do expect a low of 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies, seasonably cool. And tomorrow, skies will turn mostly cloudy. Highs in the upper 70s. A few showers and storms expected, especially by late day. We'll take a look at rain chances as we head into the weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Lori. A third of voters in Wisconsin are still undecided tonight, heading into the primary election, which is less than a month away.
Among Democrats in the race for governor, State Superintendent Tony Evers maintains a lead. That is up 6 points from June. No other candidate in the race makes it to double digits. Evers at 31%, yet 38% of voters still don't know who they'll support in the August 14th primary. The story is similar in the Republican race for U.S. Senate, although that lead has now switched. State Senator Leah Vukmir now leads former Marine Kevin Nicholson 34 to 32%. That's a switch from last month, but again, 30% of voters remain undecided. Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin presented these results earlier today, and he says while those undecided totals are pretty big, it'll likely be a sprint to the finish for all the candidates.
We surely have the opportunity for television advertising to clue people in. Now, there are other ways, like news media, for example, that will inform voters over these last 4 weeks. And frankly, lots of voters have other things to do in the summertime and will tune in late for the August primary.
Professor Franklin says he would still call that Senate race a toss-up.
New tonight at 10, 1 month after a water main break on Madison's east side, people in the Rodney Shield house still aren't home. Amy Reed toured the damage and joins us now to show us what they still need. Amy?
Yeah, for those that aren't familiar, the Rodney Shield House is a nonprofit that helps people with HIV or AIDS by giving them a place to call home. But after a water main break flooded the nonprofit's main floor last month, 7 of the people who usually live there are still waiting to come home.
It looks rather devastating. I mean, it's just stripped down to the bare bones here, and usually it's, you know, it's somewhat lively, it's decorated, it's a welcoming environment, and now it just looks trashed.
Jennifer Campbell takes me through the construction zone.
We generally have a very nice common area.
1 month after a water main break on Oak Street, this is as far as they could get. The people who live here now staying in hotels.
And I wasn't expecting how long it would take. So I was hoping, you know, within a couple weeks, residents would be back, we'd be able to be up and running, but I think we're going on week 6. Something like that, and we still have a couple weeks to go.
While the people are out, their stuff sits in storage containers outside, locked and secure, but not where it belongs.
This property has become a home to these residents. A lot of them come out of homelessness. A lot of them don't have any other place to live. So then when they come into this community, we want them to feel safe and secure, and something like this happens, it kind of throws a wrench in our plans.
Insurance is covering most of the repairs to the property, but not the thousands it costs to give residents another home. $15,000.
We're looking at another $3,000 to $5,000 if we stay on track with the timeline.
And climbing.
It's a lot of money.
It's money they're willing to spend. Giving these people a home is what they do. But it's money that could have gone somewhere else. And that may be the hardest part. The Rodney Shield House needs all the help they can get. So they have a GoFundMe set up. The link to that will be available on our website.
Amy Reed reporting. Amy, thank you. Still to come tonight, a Wisconsin U.S. Senator introduces a new bill to allow everyone in Wisconsin to watch the Packers this fall.
And a former Badger football player honored tonight at the ESPY Awards. We'll tell you who he is, why he's being recognized as well. That is next at 10.
Welcome back. A former Wisconsin football player has been awarded the Pat Tillman Award for service at tonight's ESPY Awards. Jake Wood served 4 years in Iraq and Afghanistan before becoming a veterans advocate. He's one of the founding members of Team Rubicon, a nonprofit that uses the skills of veterans to respond to disasters around the world. The organization's 8,000 volunteers responded to more than 250 disasters.
Well, we're less than 2 months away from the start of the NFL season. The Packers take on the Bears to kick things off September 9th. Today, Wisconsin U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin introduced a new bill. It's the Go Pack Go Act. It's to make sure all Wisconsinites can watch the games. Currently, there are actually 13 counties in the state that get out-of-state local TV stations from either Minnesota or Michigan, which means those households get the Vikings or Lions games when those teams are playing at the same time as the Packers. So this bill would require cable and satellite providers to offer Wisconsin subscribers access to the Packers broadcasts.
Big problems this morning for drivers near the Marquette interchange in Milwaukee. A car hit a construction trailer just after 3 a.m. The driver got out unharmed, but the car and trailer burst into flames. Firefighters let the fire burn while they determined exactly what they were dealing with. A foreman told first responders the trailer contained flammable chemicals. So firefighters pulled back, called for hazmat crews, and evacuated the area. The demolition of one of Janesville's oldest dams continued today, and now officials are looking ahead at what will be the future of the site. The Monterey Dam is more than 150 years old. After it is torn down, the area will transition into a wetland area with opportunities for fishing and kayaking. Officials say despite some backlash over the project, they have the support of the city.
There are a number of people in the community that do support the project and do support us going forward and restoring the river back to what it was before the dam was put in place back in the mid-1800s.
Demolition of the dam will finish soon, and then the redevelopment will begin.
Promega Corporation officially breaking ground on a new research and development facility on its Fitchburg campus. This is on East Sherrill Parkway. According to a release from the company, the 270,000 square foot, $190 million building will be the largest real estate investment in both size and cost in the company's 40-year history.
For many years, we've been in a relatively small 65,000 square foot building. And a couple of years ago, we realized we've just simply outgrown that facility. And knowing how long it takes to design and then actually build another facility, we decided we better get started.
He says this will be a 2-year project, hoping to move in during the fall of 2020. 130 employees will move into the new building, and over the course of 5 years, 100 new employees will also be hired.
Meteorologist Lori Mercurio joins us now with a look at our forecast. A gorgeous night.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than what we've had the past couple of days. Do have a change in the forecast, but we could use some rain, and that's what we'll see here the next couple of days. As for rainfall amounts in Madison, so far this month, we've had 1.6 inches. That's about an inch below average. Looking at rainfall totals over the past several Julys, you'll see that back in 2012 and 13, we were just about where we should be for this time of year, or for the month. 4.18 inches is average for July. Looking back at 2014, extremely dry, but the past several years, it's been actually a bit above average on precip. We have a bit to go, though, to catch up with that. Again, we're about an inch below average. Out there right now, we have really quiet conditions with high pressure in place. Starting to see the clouds increase, though, and moisture increasing from the west as well. That's with low pressure that will bring us some showers and thunderstorms, at least by this time tomorrow. Highs across the region were generally in the lower 80s across just about the entire state. A little bit warmer for places like La Crosse and for several spots in Iowa. We don't have temperatures that warm expected for the next several days. We're going to see that temperature pattern generally into the upper 70s and low 80s, which is where we should be for this time of year. Normals today, 82 and 61, and we went from 58 to 82 degrees. The records today, 95 set back in 1894, and 47 back in 1979. Current temperatures are in the 70s in many locations, at least still in the Madison area. 71, winds are out of the south at 5 miles an hour. Dew points at 59 degrees. Those dew points will be climbing the next couple of days. Current temperatures vary from 65 in Watertown to 66 in Janesville, still holding at 70 in Mineral Point and 68 in Lone Rock. Those dew points again, upper 50s to mid 60s right now. They'll climb into the mid to upper 60s the next couple of days, so it is going to turn just a bit muggier. High pressure will drift off to the east. Low pressure develops to the west and strengthens, and as that does so, we'll see those scattered showers and thunderstorms develop mid to late afternoon tomorrow for at least our western sections, and most of us will see that scattered activity as we head toward tomorrow evening and night. This low will slowly track off to the east, so as it does so, we'll continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms on Friday, and I think even into Saturday, some pop-up showers and storms. As for precipitation amounts, generally on the amount of about a ½ inch in many locations. Could see upwards of an inch or so in some spots, and that is through Friday, which is good news since, again, it has been dry. As for the overnight temperature, we'll be dropping into the upper 50s and low 60s, so seasonably cool for this time of year. Tomorrow, turning mostly cloudy. Do expect the showers and storms, especially later in the afternoon, and areas areas out to the west as well. 79 for the high, winds out of the southeast at 8 to 15 miles an hour. As we continue over the next several days, more humid on Friday, breezy as well. 77 for the high with those scattered showers and storms. Still think some pop-up showers and storms for Saturday. Not as numerous as what we'll see the next couple of days, though. 79 for the high, and then mainly dry for Sunday. Partly sunny skies, a high of 81 degrees. Monday will be the warmest day that we'll see over the next 10 days, a high of 83. Slight chance for some showers and storms. Otherwise, we'll keep it in the upper 70s and low 80s over the next 10 days with another shot at showers and storms as we head toward the following Thursday. So it looks really comfortable for this time of year.
Especially for July.
Yes. Yeah. Nice to see.
Thank you.
We talked a little football. We said it wasn't far away, and the countdown continues to Packers training camp. We'll catch up with receiver Randall Cobb next in sports.
Major League Baseball says Brewers reliever Josh Hader is required to take sensitivity training after a series of old tweets came out during last night's All-Star game. 7 years ago on social media, Hader sent out racist and anti-gay tweets when he was a teenager. Hader was the center of attention after the All-Star game last night. Here's how he responded.
I was 17 years old, and as a child, I was immature, and I obviously said some things that were inexcusable. That doesn't reflect on who I am as a person today, and that's just what it is. You know, there's no excuse for what was said, and you know, I'm deeply sorry for what I've said and you know, what's been going on. And like I said, that doesn't reflect any of my beliefs going on now.
The Brewers get back to their regular season Friday when they host the Los Angeles Dodgers and their new shortstop, Manny Machado, whose trade from the Orioles became official this evening. Madison Mallards beat the Lakeshore Chinooks in Mequon tonight 3-0. The Mallards continue their road trip. They'll play at Wisconsin Rapids tomorrow night. Big trade came official in the NBA today. The San Antonio Spurs sent Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors sent DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a potential first-round pick to the Spurs. Packers training camp begins a week from tomorrow with the first practice in Green Bay. In the meantime, the players are getting a few last-minute things done before the grind begins. At Notre Dame High School in Green Bay today, wide receiver Randall Cobb wrapped up his youth football pro camp. Cobb has shed his walking boot from an off-season ankle injury, so it appears he's pretty healthy heading into training camp. Cobb turns 28 years old next month, and suddenly he's turned into one of the Packers' grizzled veterans.
I've switched sides now. You know, I remember when I came in, Donald, Jordy, Greg, and JJ, they are married with kids or kids on the way, and now I'm that guy, and they're looking at me as an old guy. But, you know, it's a lot of fun to be able to have some of the youth and be able to help them and see their career take off.
Chris Thorsness is entering the UW Athletic Hall of Fame. Thorsness is from Anchorage, Alaska. She joined the UW rowing team in 1978, and she's a two-time Olympian who won a gold medal in Los Angeles in 1984. She'll be only the second women's crew member in the UW Athletic Hall of Fame, joining her Olympic teammate, Carrie Graves. And this is the trophy that goes to the winner of the Madison Women's City Golf Championship that wrapped up today at Cherokee Country Club, and it is firmly in the hands of Katie Elliott. She led by 8 after the first round at Bishops Bay. That was yesterday. Today, she finished things off at Cherokee with a round of even par 72. Elliott was part of 3 state high school championship titles at Edgewood and was second team All Big Ten at the University of Wisconsin. So she knows her way around a golf course, and she proved it again today by winning the Madison Women's City Golf Championship. And she won it by 12 shots over Julie Schrader, two-time champion. And last year's winner, Sarah DeCray, finished 5th in the final round at Cherokee today. And we'll be right back.
Laura Riggs back. One final check of the forecast.
Yep, quiet tonight, seasonably cool, partly cloudy skies, a low near 60 degrees. Tomorrow, skies turn mostly cloudy. We'll have some showers and storms develop, especially by late day. 79 for the high, and we'll still have scattered showers and storms for Friday. More humid, breezy as well, a high of 77 degrees. Still a few pop-up showers and storms for Saturday, 79. Looks good for Sunday, partly sunny skies, a high of 81 degrees. 83 on Monday, just a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, and we'll keep it going from there. Upper 70s to low 80s. Tuesday and Wednesday will be dry. More showers and storms by the following Thursday, a high of 77 and low 80s by the next weekend. So looking quite comfortable.
Yeah, it's getting a little dry out there in some spots,
so
it
we
wouldn't
do
hurt to
need
get a
the
little
rain.
rain. Lori, thanks for joining us.
Do something good, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.